OutDaughtered. Danielle and Adam planning to buy a new house? Latest update. OutDaughtered stars Danielle and Adam Busby seem ready to move into a new property months after leaving their Texas home. The pair made some major financial decisions last year and moved into a fixer-upper home. The TLC stars have yet to share their actual location. Danielle and Adam were quite emotional as they left their old home. They knew it would be tough to move into another place. However, they made it clear that it was a temporary decision. The TLC stars shared the challenges their kids faced due to the relocation. Danielle and Adam explained that the children had to change schools and were struggling to make friends. They're still adjusting to the new location. But the TLC pair seems ready to move again. Are they actually buying a new home? What has Danielle and Adam been up to? OutDaughtered. Adam and Danielle open up about sharing their lives in public. Adam and Danielle Busby have been loving the freedom of no longer documenting their lives on the OutDaughtered series. They have yet to confirm whether they will ever return with a new season. But the TLC stars are enjoying their lives away from the cameras for a while. Adam and Danielle decided to take a break from reality TV. They have been using their podcast to share updates on their lives with fans. The TLC stars discussed leading a public life on the show for years on the latest podcast. Danielle and Adam shared that it felt like living a very public life. The latter discussed it as living under a microscope. He shared that people assumed his marriage would crumble under the pressure of having to display everything on TV. But the TLC star is proud of his family for weathering all the storms together. OutDaughtered. Danielle and Adam hint at plans of buying a new property. Danielle and Adam discussed their financial struggles lately. They took significant steps to secure their children's future. The OutDaughtered stars had to shut down their boutique due to internal issues. Danielle and Adam also left their Texas home and moved into a fixer-upper. But they seem ready to move out again and buy a new property. Recently, Danielle uploaded photos of herself and her Quints hunting for new properties. She uploaded a photo of her oldest daughter, Blake, guiding her younger sisters to the new property. The TLC star wrote, "Browsing an open house." Danielle also shared a photo of a large backyard with a huge tree. She showed her kids relaxing near the tree. She shared on Instagram that the house has a little garden. The reality TV show showed the condition of the garden, which really needed some work. However, fans were surprised to see Danielle already hunting for a new home. She might be looking for a new place for her husband, and their family. The TLC star made adjustments due to financial struggles. Danielle and Adam seem to be making new plans for their future. They might also be looking for an open house for investment purposes. But most of them believe the OutDaughtered star might be looking for a bigger house to move in with their large family. What's your take on this? Share with us below. For more updates on the Busbys, keep coming back to TV season and spoilers. So, are Danielle and Adam Busby really planning to buy a brand new house? Because lately, fans of OutDaughtered have been noticing something very interesting. And honestly, it's not just a random rumor anymore. The signs are getting stronger. The clues are piling up, and the Busby family has been dropping subtle hints that make people think something big is coming. And if you've been following them for a long time, you already know one thing. When the Busbys start acting extra quiet or extra busy, it usually means something major is happening behind the scenes. Now the big question is, are Danielle and Adam actually planning to move again? Are they buying a bigger home? Or is this just another temporary idea that fans are blowing out of proportion? Well, today we're going to break down everything we know so far, every clue, every hint, and every possible reason why the Busby family might be preparing for a huge change. Because if there's one thing that OutDaughtered fans know for sure, this family never stays still for too long. So make sure you watch until the end because we're going deep into the latest updates, and trust me, some of these details are actually shocking. Who are Danielle and Adam Busby today? Before we jump into the new house rumors, let's quickly remind ourselves where the Busbys are right now in life. Danielle Busby and Adam Busby became household names after TLC introduced their family through OutDaughtered. And the reason the show became so popular was simple. They weren't just a cute family reality show. They were something completely unique. Danielle and Adam became parents to the first all-girl Quintuplets in the United States, plus their oldest daughter, Blake. So that means they're raising 6 daughters. Yes, 6. And if you're a parent, you already know, even one kid is enough to make you tired. Now imagine 6 daughters, all with their own personalities, moods, school activities, and energy levels. That's basically a full-time job plus overtime every single day. And over the years, fans have watched Danielle and Adam grow from nervous young parents into experienced, hardworking, sometimes stressed out but always loving parents. But here's the truth. As the girls grow older, their needs change. And when your kids' needs change, your entire life changes too. That includes your home, your space, your lifestyle, and the way you plan your future. Which is why the new house rumor isn't as crazy as some people think. The Busby house. What do we know about their current home? Right now, Danielle and Adam live in a beautiful home in Texas. And if you've ever seen their house on the show or on social media, you know it's not a small home. It's a big family house with a modern layout, spacious rooms, and a backyard that the kids love. But here's the thing. Even though their house looks huge on camera, living there with 6 daughters is a different story. Because a house can look massive, but when you have 6 kids, it can feel small very quickly. Now, fans have noticed over the years that the Busbys have struggled with space issues. And not just because of the number of children, but because the girls are growing up fast. They're not toddlers anymore. They're not little babies running around in diapers. They are now growing into independent girls with their own hobbies, their own interests, and their own private space needs. And the older kids get, the more privacy they want, the more space they need, and the more difficult it becomes to manage everything inside one home. So if Danielle and Adam are thinking about moving, it's honestly not surprising at all. Why are fans thinking they're buying a new house? Now, let's talk about the real reason this rumor started. Because it didn't just come out of nowhere. Fans started noticing some subtle changes. And the biggest reason is Danielle and Adam have been acting like they are preparing for something new. People started noticing certain posts, certain comments, and certain lifestyle decisions that made it seem like the family might be preparing for a move. For example, some fans noticed that Danielle has been talking about stress, changes, and big decisions more often than usual. And Adam has also been sharing content that feels more future-focused, like he's planning something. And when you combine that with how busy they've been, it makes fans wonder if they are dealing with something major behind the scenes. Because buying a new house isn't easy. It's stressful. It takes planning. It takes time. It takes paperwork. It takes financial decisions. And most importantly, it takes emotional energy. So when fans started seeing the Busbys looking exhausted, overwhelmed, but also excited, they started thinking, wait a minute, are they about to move? The biggest clue, Danielle's recent comments. One of the strongest clues that started this entire conversation was Danielle's own comments. Danielle has always been very open with fans. She's not the type to completely hide her feelings. If she's stressed, she shows it. If she's excited, she shares it. If she's overwhelmed, she admits it. And recently, Danielle has been dropping hints about changes. Not directly saying, we are buying a new house, but saying things that make people think something is happening. Sometimes she mentions how chaotic things are. Sometimes she mentions how the house feels too busy. Sometimes she talks about needing a fresh start. And fans know, Danielle doesn't talk like that unless she's serious. So that's why people are paying attention. Because Danielle has a habit of revealing big things through small comments. Adam Busby's behavior has changed too. Now let's talk about Adam. Adam Busby has always been the type of dad who likes stability. He likes things organized. He likes planning. And if you've watched the show for years, you know Adam sometimes struggles when things feel out of control. But recently, fans noticed that Adam has been acting a little different. He's been sharing more content related to family growth, life changes, and future plans. And he's been showing a side of himself that seems more reflective, more thoughtful. And that's important because when Adam gets reflective, it usually means he's considering big life decisions. Adam isn't the kind of person who makes huge moves randomly. If he's thinking about moving houses, he's probably been thinking about it for a long time. So fans believe, if Adam is showing signs of change, then this rumor might actually be true. The Busbys have moved before. Now, another reason why this rumor feels believable is because the Busbys have moved before. They're not new to this. They've already experienced what it's like to outgrow a home. They've already gone through renovations, moving stress, and house upgrades. So it's not like moving would be impossible for them. In fact, the Busbys are the type of family that is always improving their lifestyle. Not in a spoiled way, but in a practical way. They always try to create a better environment for their daughters. So, if they feel their current house is no longer perfect, they won't hesitate to upgrade. Because at the end of the day, they want their girls to have the best childhood possible. The girls are growing up fast, and that changes everything. This is probably the biggest reason why moving makes sense. The Quintuplets are growing up, and Blake is already older than them. And if you're a parent, kids growing up changes your entire house dynamic. When they were toddlers, it was all about playrooms, baby gates, and safety.
But now?
It's about homework areas, private bedrooms, study space, hobby rooms, storage, and even separate bathrooms. Because 6 girls sharing bathrooms? That's not a joke. That's a daily war zone. And the older they get, the harder it becomes. So Danielle and Adam may be thinking ahead. Because they're not just raising little kids anymore. They're raising young girls who will soon be teenagers. And teenagers need space. They need privacy. They need a calm environment. And they need a house that supports their growth. So the Busbys could be planning to buy a new house that fits their future, not just their present. Danielle's health issues could be a major factor. Now, we also need to talk about Danielle's health. Because this is something fans have been worried about for a long time. Danielle has been open about experiencing health struggles. She has talked about symptoms like dizziness, fatigue, pain, and feeling unwell. And she has shared that she's been dealing with medical appointments, tests, and stress related to her health. Now, imagine dealing with health issues, while also raising 6 daughters, while also running a business, while also filming a reality show, while also managing a household. That's too much for anyone. So, if Danielle's health has been affecting her daily life, it makes sense that she might want a home that makes life easier. A home with better layout, better accessibility, less chaos, more calmness, maybe a bigger backyard, maybe a more peaceful neighborhood, maybe a house that feels more like a safe space. Because when your health is not stable, your home becomes extremely important. Your home needs to be comfortable. Your home needs to reduce stress, not increase it. So yes, Danielle's health could absolutely be one of the biggest reasons why they might be planning to move. Are they looking for a bigger home or a different location? Now here's the question everyone keeps asking. If they move, are they buying a bigger home? Or are they moving to a completely different location? Because sometimes people move not because they need a bigger house, but because they want a different lifestyle. For example, maybe they want a more private area. Maybe they want land. Maybe they want a quiet neighborhood. Maybe they want to live closer to family. Maybe they want to live closer to schools. Or maybe they want to move away from the stress of city life. And honestly, that wouldn't be surprising. Because the Busbys are a famous family. They have millions of followers. People recognize them everywhere. And that can become exhausting. Especially for the kids. So moving to a more private area could give their daughters a more peaceful life. Because kids deserve a normal childhood, even if their parents are famous. So the Busbys might be considering a home that gives them more privacy, more safety, and more comfort. The business side of their life matters too. Another big factor is their business life. Danielle owns a boutique business. Adam has his own work and projects. And both of them have built a brand around their family. They also have partnerships, social media work, and many responsibilities that require space. Sometimes they need filming areas. Sometimes they need storage space for products. Sometimes they need office space. Sometimes they need a quiet room for meetings. So their home isn't just a home. It's also part of their business. And when your home becomes part of your income, it needs to be more functional. So it's possible that they want a new home that gives them better workspace, a better home office, a better filming area, a better storage system, because as their brand grows, their house needs to support that growth. The Busby family is entering a new era. Fans have noticed something else too. The Busby family is entering a new era. The girls are older. The family's lifestyle is changing. They're not the same family they were in the first seasons of OutDaughtered. Back then, it was all about survival. Changing diapers, feeding babies, sleepless nights. Now, it's about planning their future, preparing the girls for school, sports, friendships, and teenage years. And that means Danielle and Adam are also thinking differently. They're thinking long-term. They're thinking about the next 10 years. And when you think about the next 10 years, you start thinking about where you want to live, what type of home you want, what kind of neighborhood you want your kids to grow up in, and what kind of lifestyle you want as a family. So, if Danielle and Adam are planning to move, it's probably because they are thinking long-term. They want a home that will support their family for many years, not just for now. Did they already start house hunting? Now here's where the rumor gets interesting. Because some fans believe the Busbys have already started house hunting.
And why?
Because their recent content has been a little suspicious. Some fans notice that they have been spending time away from home. Some notice that they have been traveling more than usual. Some notice that they have been showing less of their home. And when reality TV families do that, it sometimes means they're hiding something big. Because if they are buying a new home, they might not want to reveal it until everything is finalized. They might not want to share details too early. Because if you announce a new house too early, it can create problems. People start spreading rumors. People start asking questions. People start showing up. And for a family like the Busbys, privacy matters. So if they are house hunting, they may be doing it quietly, without making it obvious. And that would be smart. Financial reality. Can they afford a new house? Now let's talk about money. Because anytime someone talks about buying a new house, fans always ask, can they even afford it? And the honest answer is, yes, they probably can. The Busbys have multiple income streams. They have TLC money. They have brand deals. They have social media income. Danielle has her boutique business. Adam has his own work and sponsorships. And they also have long-term fame, which brings more opportunities. So financially, buying a new home is not impossible for them. But here's the thing. Even if they can afford it, they still need to make smart decisions. Because raising 6 kids is expensive. Education is expensive. Sports and activities are expensive. Food alone for a family of 8 is probably crazy. So they might not want to buy something too expensive. They might want something practical, but comfortable. A home that fits their lifestyle without creating financial pressure. Because Danielle and Adam have always been responsible. They're not known for living an overly flashy lifestyle. They're more focused on family comfort than showing off. So if they buy a new home, it will probably be a smart family-focused purchase, not a celebrity mansion. Why their current home may not be perfect anymore. A lot of fans think their current home is already amazing. So why would they move? Well, let's break it down. A home can be beautiful, but still not perfect. Maybe the bedrooms are not big enough anymore. Maybe the girls share too much space. Maybe there aren't enough bathrooms. Maybe the house layout doesn't work for older kids. Maybe the kitchen feels too small during busy mornings. Maybe the living room feels chaotic. Maybe they need more storage. Or maybe the house simply feels emotionally heavy. Because sometimes, a home holds memories. And not all memories are happy. The Busbys have experienced stress, medical issues, parenting struggles, and personal challenges in that house. So sometimes, moving isn't just about space. It's about starting fresh. A new beginning. A new energy. A new chapter. And that could be exactly what Danielle and Adam want right now. The possibility of a forever home. Many fans believe that if the Busbys move again, it will be their forever home. A place where they plan to stay long-term. Because the girls are getting older and stability matters. Moving too many times can be hard on kids. It can affect their friendships, schools, and routines. So if they move now, it might be because they want to settle down in a house that will support their daughters through their teenage years, through high school, through graduation, and maybe even beyond. That's why some fans think this new house plan is serious. Because Danielle and Adam are not just thinking about today. They're thinking about the future. Danielle's personality. Why she might want change. Danielle is a strong woman, but she's also someone who gets emotionally overwhelmed. And that's not a weakness. That's real life. She's a mom of 6. She has responsibilities that most people can't even imagine. So when Danielle feels stressed, she often looks for ways to bring peace into her life. Sometimes that means taking a break. Sometimes that means traveling. Sometimes that means focusing on her business. And sometimes that means changing her environment. So a new house could represent something deeper for Danielle. It could represent healing. It could represent peace. It could represent a fresh start. And it could represent a new era for her mental health. Because your home affects your mental health. Your home affects your mood. Your home affects your daily stress level. So if Danielle is craving a new home, it might be because she wants a calmer lifestyle. A lifestyle that feels less heavy, less stressful, more joyful. Adam's point of view. Why he would support a move. Now, Adam has always been supportive of Danielle. But he also has his own perspective. Adam is the type of husband who wants to protect his family. He wants to make sure his daughters are safe. He wants to make sure Danielle is comfortable. He wants to make sure their home environment is stable. And if Adam feels that their current home is no longer supporting their family, then he would definitely support moving. Because Adam has always been a hands-on dad. He's not a lazy dad. He's involved in everything. School, kids' activities, family decisions. And he often takes responsibility when Danielle is overwhelmed. So, if Danielle has been stressed, Adam might be thinking, how can I make things easier for her? And one way to do that could be a better house, a better layout, a better lifestyle, a better daily routine. So Adam supporting a move makes total sense. Fans are divided. Some love it, some hate it. Now, not everyone is happy about the idea of them moving. Some fans love it. They think it's exciting. They think the Busbys deserve a bigger home. They think it will make their life easier. But other fans feel differently. Some fans worry that the Busbys are becoming too celebrity-like. Some worry they are chasing luxury. Some worry the show is turning into more of a lifestyle flex. And some fans feel emotionally attached to their current house. Because fans have watched so many memories happen there. The Quintuplets growing up. Birthday parties. Family arguments. Holiday celebrations. All of that happened in their home. So fans feel connected to it. And if the Busbys move, it will feel like the end of an era. So yes, fans are divided. But one thing is clear. Everyone is curious. Everyone wants to know what's really happening. Could this move be connected to TLC and the show? Now, here's another interesting theory. Some fans believe the move might be connected to TLC. Because reality TV loves big life changes. And moving to a new house is a huge storyline. It creates drama. It creates excitement. It creates emotional moments. It creates new filming opportunities. So if OutDaughtered is continuing, a move could be a major plot point. TLC could be encouraging them to share it. Or the Busbys could be saving the reveal for the show. Because if they reveal it too early on social media, then the show loses a big storyline. So it's possible that they're staying quiet because TLC wants the moment to be captured on camera. That's a strong possibility. Because TLC is known for doing that. They always want the big moments on the show first. So if the Busbys are buying a new house, we might see it on the next season before we see it online. Danielle's business growth may require more space. Danielle's boutique business has grown a lot. And if you follow her, you know she's serious about it. She's not just doing it for fun. It's a real business. And when a business grows, you need space. You need inventory storage. You need office areas. You need shipping and packaging space. You need a place where you can work without kids running around. So maybe Danielle wants a home that supports her business. A home where she can work comfortably. A home where she can separate family life and business life. Because right now, mixing everything in one home could be overwhelming. And for a mother of 6, having a proper workspace is important. So yes, Danielle's business growth could be another reason why they want a new home. The girls' education and activities could be a factor. Another reason families move is because of school. And the Busbys have 6 kids. 6. That means school decisions matter a lot. Maybe they want a better school district. Maybe they want a school closer to home. Maybe they want a neighborhood where their daughters can grow up safely. Maybe they want access to better sports facilities. Because the girls are active. They do dance. They do cheer. They do sports. And as they get older, those activities become more serious. So it's possible that Danielle and Adam are thinking about their daughter's education and activities. And they might want a location that makes life easier. Because driving 6 kids to different activities every week is exhausting. So moving closer to schools or activity centers could make their life much smoother. What kind of house would they buy? Now, let's imagine. If the Busbys are buying a new house, what kind of house would it be? Most likely it would include more bedrooms or bigger bedrooms, more bathrooms, a larger backyard, more storage space, a bigger kitchen, a larger living room, more privacy, possibly a guest room for family visits, a bigger laundry room because 6 kids means laundry never ends, a home office space for Adam and Danielle, possibly a home gym for Danielle's health and fitness. And honestly, a house like that would be perfect for them because their family lifestyle is intense. They need comfort, they need space, and they need a house that reduces stress, not increases it. So if they buy a new home, it will probably be designed for family comfort, not luxury. Is this move emotional or practical? Now here's the deeper question. Is this move emotional or practical? And the truth is, it's probably both. It's practical because their kids are growing and they need more space. It's emotional because Danielle has been dealing with health stress. It's practical because their business life requires more room. It's emotional because sometimes a fresh start can heal a family. So, if they move, it's not just about buying a house. It's about buying a new chapter, a new beginning. And that's why fans are so interested. Because this move could symbolize something bigger. It could symbolize growth, change, healing, and a new era for the Busby family. Could they be selling their current home? Now, if they are planning to move, they might also be planning to sell their current house. And that would make sense, because they probably don't want to keep 2 big homes, unless they're investing in real estate. But the Busbys have never been known as real estate investors. They're more family-focused. So selling their current house would be the logical step. And fans have been looking for clues, like changes in their home decor, less posting inside the house, less showing certain areas. Because when people plan to sell, they start cleaning, organizing, and preparing. They start removing personal items. They start making the house look show-ready. And some fans believe they've seen signs of that. But of course, nothing is confirmed. It's still speculation. But the rumors keep growing because fans are paying attention to every detail. Danielle and Adam's relationship and the house rumor. Now, we also have to talk about their marriage. Because fans know Danielle and Adam have faced challenges. They've been honest about stress. They've been honest about arguments. They've been honest about parenting struggles. And sometimes a new house can actually strengthen a marriage, because a new environment can reduce stress. It can create a fresh energy. It can improve daily routines. It can reduce chaos. So some fans believe a new house could be part of their effort to improve family life, to improve mental peace, to improve marriage balance. Because when life feels heavy, sometimes you need change. And moving can feel like hitting a reset button. So yes, this rumor could also be connected to their emotional and relationship growth. The girls' opinions matter too. Now, let's be real. The girls are old enough to have opinions. Blake is definitely old enough to understand what moving means. And even the Quints are old enough to feel emotionally attached to their home. Kids form emotional connections to their bedrooms, their backyard, their memories. So Danielle and Adam probably wouldn't move without considering their daughter's feelings. And that's why, if they move, they will probably make it a positive experience. They'll probably involve the girls. They'll probably let them choose bedroom colors. They'll probably make the process fun. Because Danielle and Adam are very family-centered. They always try to make big changes easier for their kids. So if they move, it will likely be handled carefully, with love, with patience, and with emotional support. The possibility of building a house instead of buying. Now, another interesting idea. What if they aren't buying a house? What if they're building one? That's a possibility. Because building a house allows you to design everything the way you want. And for a family like the Busbys, that would be ideal. They could design bigger bedrooms for the girls, more bathrooms, a custom kitchen, a big open living room, a play area, a home office, a large backyard, a family-friendly layout. Building a house is expensive and takes time, but it gives you the perfect family home. So some fans think the Busbys might be planning to build their dream house. A forever home. A house designed for their daughters. And honestly, that would be amazing. Because they could create the exact lifestyle they want. Why the Busbys might not want to share it yet? If the rumors are true, why haven't they announced anything? Well, there are many reasons. First, buying a house is not final